So I'm back. It is time to draft, and yeah, we're just going to test out sort of does aggro work. I think it does. I think two color aggro definitely works. One color aggro could kind of work. We're going to have to see how these drafts go. I think everybody's going to be learning sort of early on, so you know they'll be figuring it out, and I'll be figuring it out too. But I think sort of almost without trying too hard, it should be possible to put together a low to the ground aggro deck. So that is the test for the first deck. Quite a simple test. So we're gonna get to it and get in it. So Bone Crusher. Okay, so we've got the Direfleet Daredevil, which is not too bad. Low to the ground. We've also got the Nahiri, but there aren't too many great weapons here. But you know, you look here and you think this might come back around. This would definitely come back around. The Direfleet will come back around. So I think taking a Nahiri now is good. It's our 4-drop bomb that we're looking for. So in effect, we've got a 2, 3, 4 all already in one drop. That's if I keep the Nahiri in. We may be able to go pure red. We're going to see. We almost certainly needed to be in white because white is where all the fun times are. So, as I said in my last sort of really quick vid or first impressions, I think that I think that that aggro strategies can be run in this draft. I think they didn't do enough to remove aggro strategies, which means there was definitely red open, there was definitely green open for having really aggressive strategies. You could definitely run a stompy deck, you could definitely run a mono white weenie deck and go wide and exploit the fact that there isn't any board wipes in the format. So that's what we're going to be testing. To what degree can we do this? I kind of like Perforos. In fact, I do like Perforos for our aggressive strategy, so we're going to take that. Obviously, these 1/1 elementals sacrifice themselves, but that's not necessarily a problem. So there's a Cackle with power here, Crackle with power here, and there's a Basri Lieutenant. The Basri Lieutenant is it's far into the late game, so that tends to suggest that the Crackle power is probably best as a finisher. But you know, we want to run a creature strategy. The Basri 2 tokens, staying on the board, provide some staying power. We're going to see if Crackles hangs around until the end of the game. I already think our Pirate's going to come back around because I can't see anybody really taking the Pirate. Worst comes to worst is we cut Basri. That's the worst. So we're just gonna take this and yeah. Okay. So what do we have here? We've got a Praetor. Gives everything haste. Really good card, but I think the Skyclaves is way too good for us to leave here. Either one of them are a real bomb, but I think the Skyclaves is the better card. We haven't yet seen a 1 or a 2 drop. But I have seen whites and I have seen reds. So I think they're still open. I'm not going to worry too much about whether they're open or not. We're going to take the Swiftblade Vindicator. It's a 2-drop, so it's not quite a 1-drop, but it starts to fill out that lowdown. Also, we have to be on the lookout now for any Boros lands, because we really need those to make this deck work. So on a deck this low to the ground, we would want something like 4 or 5 1-drops. We're going to take Reese, and the reason we're going to take Reese is because he can be played with either a white or a red. We have no intention of playing any green. We're using it as a 1-drop white card. It also has its interesting power, which we could also use. But this is a white card, this isn't a green card. Imagine it as a white card. Okay, so this is not a good set of cards to select from. None of my cards make. It's really not good. Just broadly. There's a part of me which says, let me take. Yeah, we will. We're going to sideboard this. Just because we've already gone into green. We have no intention of going into green. But just in case we end up having to splash a 3rd colour. We hope we don't need to, but just in case we do. Again, another set which is not really congruent with any of our strategies. I suppose the Fiery Emancipation is the natural card to take from here, but I expect it's too high up in the curve. We'll probably get squeezed out by better cards. So, waiting for this pack to come along. As I thought, Dire Fleet would stay in. Here it is. We're going to take it. The downside is I really wanted the Sword of Valor on as well, but that's definitely not going to hang around. So we're just going to take that. We've got a bit of a low end coming along. We need 5 1s and 5 2s. Okay. White, black, red, blue. Nothing really helpful here. Nothing really helpful. Not even for a splash. We'll take the pathway, even though we know it's useless. Black, red, maybe. I think we could take the Zephyr Boots. Zephyr Boots is interesting. Doesn't really see play in standard, but it's a cycle. It's a card cycler. Very helpful. The problem I think for the card is it would have been much better if it was equipped for 1. Okay. Cut ribbons. Yeah, I think that's the better thing. We'll put it in the sideboard because we don't want it messing up our flow here. We've got the circle in, but we're going to throw it in the bottom because we don't really need that. So, here's pack number 2. Low down to the ground, we've got the 3-2, and we've got Bergy. We have Bergy and we have Sin Porter. So Simprod is not really good because the cards I'm going to have in my deck aren't very expensive, so someone making me throw them away is not really good. Burgi enabling me to carry things late on is better, but it's a very expensive 3-drop. I suppose as the wild card we could think about Mask Immolation because it creates a thing and attaches it to it, but I think that will come back around anyway. So we're going to take Simprod for now because I think actually that's better than Burgi. Captain Lannery is the easy choice here. 3-drops are looking very pounce. Ugh. Or looting. Looting's not so important. I think Adorned Pounce is actually a better card. So we've got the Forging of the Tyride, which enables us to pull. It gives us the mana and enables us to pull Halvar. We don't have a Halvar. Is probably the obvious thing here. I think taking the Thriving Heath is good here because we need to start making our things make sense. Our mana makes sense. We've got another bit of equipment here, so I expect that a Saga will come back around. I think it will almost certainly come back around. Yeah, I think we take it. I think we take the Bone Splitter in the hope that we get a chance to put it on something. So it's the Kenra here because it's quite simple. Okay, so we've got the Ignis. We've got the Clifftop Retreat. I think the Clifftop Retreat actually is the best thing here. None of these are ideal that are here at the moment. Actually, hold on. Wait, because the Dowsing Dagger. No. None of these are ideal at the moment, but that land is perfect for helping us make our deck. Like, we really need our turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 to go well. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. And Thriving Heath comes in tapped, so we do need something else. So we've got 1, 2, 3 1-drops, but only one creature. We need at least another 3 1-drops, probably, if not more. So we've got the 2 bits of equipment. So actually, that's not too bad. Knoll. We've got a Kiri as well, but that's a 3-drop, so that'll be yet another 3-drop. I think Knoll at 2 gives me more flexibility. Yeah, I think we take Knoll at 2. Burgi's come back around, but so is Mask of Immolation. We take the Mask. So we now have our 6 2-drops. So we really need 1-drops. Like, really importantly. So I kind of like Golden Slipper, but that's too much equipment. But it's the only thing which is congruent with our deck. Or we can we splashed a bit in. We're gonna take the Slipper. We're gonna put it in the sideboard because we don't think we're gonna use it. We need a 1-drop. We need a 1-drop, and we need a few things to clear the way just in case they get a big creature in our way. But otherwise, we have something that looks like an aggro deck here. I think we've got a good aggro hit deck here. I think we're going to skip turn 1 though, so we may need to overstack our turn 2. And thin out the turn 3. But turn 3 looks good. I think the only ones which looks a bit weak is the Sin Prodder. The Sin Prodder looks a bit weak for an aggressive deck. And the Basri has always been a questionable add in. Umbrask is good in that it gives everything haste. if we get to Fiery Emancipation, any sort of control deck will have started controlling us. We'll take the Faithless Losing now it's here. It's not ideal, but I suppose it enables us to cycle our deck if we've got a really terrible opening hand. The Tyrite Sword came back, so we will take it. The only thing here that is even potentially usable is the freebooter, but we don't want to use it. We're going to throw it back in the back here. So, draw, removal, some better lands, and some 1-drops is the game plan, and that will help us manage this deck. I think some things won't make it in the cut. Nothing good here. We'll take the Athro and just throw it back. I suppose the equipment really synergizes with the Forge and the Tyrite, which allows us to pull in a piece of equipment. Yeah, we're gonna just throw this in the back. We don't need this. Okay, so what do we have here? Not very good stuff for our aggressive strategy is my first response. We've got the animation module, but it's not really useful. None of these cards really call out to our strategy that we're running. I think Neheb is probably the best card in here, but it might not make the cut as it goes. The pathway is the easy select here because it gives us the colours of lands that we need in order to make our deck work. I see the Elite Spellbinder as a possible option, but it makes the deck slower. That's not what we want to do. We want hardy 3-drops that actually will do some damage. So I think the land is the thing we need. This land situation is looking a little bit better. It would have been good to pick up 5 lands. In addition to the remaining 12 islands and reds we're going to probably have. The Rix Mardi looks easily the best thing here. Just taking a peek. Yeah, it's the Rix Mardi. Obviously we're never going to play its spectacle cost, so it's just a 2-drop that allows us to cycle a card, but we'll take it as a 2. We've got the Dwarven Hammer, which could turn out to be okay. That means this costs more like 5, so that's not very ideal. The Shalai looks good for stopping them from... I mean, you see, the thing is when you've got a format like this where there is no removal, there is only specific removal, that makes Shalai super powerful, perhaps more powerful than the Basri. So you know, it's a good pick, but that's only because sort of our board at the moment looks like we're going to go wide. But we need more lowdown cards. Without these lowdown cards, this deck won't work. So we're hoping, praying that some of those white 1-drops we know that are in the cube fall out. But if other people are picking them, that actually is a good sign that our thinking is correct, that all the action is down, low down. So Seize the Spoils is a good card. Discard 1, draw 2, create a treasure token. So it's a really good trade. I don't have enough spells to make Saheeli work. Ancestral Blade gives me a 1/1 token, which is synergistic with Kol, the Forge Master. I think this for the draw is the better thing. We still don't have any board removal to help us manage the board. We don't have any enchantments that help me clear the board. It's not looking good. So we've got Fight with Fire, finally, something that can help me manage the board. And I think, but then you've got Venerable Warslinger that helps me get some recursion with the creatures. Very difficult choice. I think the Fight with Fire could come back. Is my feeling. But then it's another 3-drop. Do I need another 3-drop? They're both 3-drops, but this is the kicker. We'll take the Warsinger. I think having creatures that recur is going to be good. I think this one is to take the Krenko and generate us some tokens. We have way too many 3-drops. We're going to have to figure out what 3-drops we get rid of. We're going to take SRAM because we've got all of our equipment. I'm still feeling quite good. I would like a land and I would like some 1-drops, please, but we may not get them. The lack of a 1-drop is looking really bad now. But we do have some equipment for our equipment strategy, which keeps sort of Null in the mix. I suppose the Rix Mardi as a 2/2 cycle of card becomes a lot less good. See the War Leader at 4. I don't think we've got space in at 4. We've got Basri, we've got Shalai, we've got Neheb, we've got Nahiri. Let's put the Leonidin in, but I don't think he'll survive the cut. The Elite Spellbinder comes back again. Or we've got the Gold Vein pick that enables me to create some treasure. I think the Elite Spellbinder, it might survive the cut as a white card, even though I don't think so. It might do. None of these are congruent with our strategy, so we can get rid of this. We'll just take this off. Again, nothing here really congruent with our strategy. We'll take the Dwarven Hammer and throw it in the back. I suppose we could take the Kenrith, even though the Kenrith is too expensive. The Fight with Fire came back, no surprise there. The Brain Maggot goes in the bin. Okay, so we got our deck here. We've got a lot of 3s, too many 3s. So we have 17 lands here and we don't need 17, so we could take something out. We don't know what we're going to take out yet. We're going to hold that thought. So this is our only 1-drop, so we've got to keep it in. So this low end stays in. We've got the Adorned Pouncer that I think should stay. We've got the Edificer, which moves with the Zephyr and the Bone Splitter, which all make sense. So this package all makes sense. So I think the Mask looks the weakest here. We've got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2 cards. I think we have to overload the 2 cards because we don't have any 1 cards. So they may all stay just by default. I don't know, maybe even a Rix Mardi might have to go in. Let's sort out the 3s first before I have a proper panic. Our deck is a go wide creature deck. We'll keep the Maul because the Maul is too good, and we'll keep the Bone Crusher and the Elite Spellbinder for now, and the Lannery, which gives us the treasure token. I think Krenka's too slow. It's only a 1/2 at turn 3, it's too slow. Caesar Spoil's too slow. Sin Prodder 3/2, I'm not sure, we're going to hold on to that for a little bit. Forging the Tyrite's too slow. I think Venerable Warsinger can stay for now while I think about things. Shalai can stay to stop the specific removal. I think that means Leonidin has to go. I think it does have to go because we need less 4s. And we've got Neheb, which I think we could keep to cycle our hand. I think the Nahiri stays because of our weapon strategy. I don't think we've got enough warriors for that part to play a role. Otherwise I would have noticed when we picked them up. We've got the Kendra, we've got the Call. It's not enough. Not enough warriors, so we're not going to be using Nahiri's -2, except to look for some equipment. To find them all of the Skyclaves may save our lives. I don't know, we're going to think about it. But I think having Basri, Shalai, Neheb as our creature strategy is stronger. But, you know, being able to attach some... I don't know. Nahiri can go. I don't think Nahiri's strong enough. I think Fiery Emancipation takes too long. If we're still in the game by then, we're dead. And then Urabrusk actually makes sense to give all of our things. Haste, if we could take a mountain out, and we're at 40 already. Is there anything in our bin that fights its way back into our hand? The only potential candidates are Rex, Leonidin, maybe Seize the Spoils to cycle some cards. I don't think Crystal Slipper is good enough. And Dwarven Hammer, it's 3 to equip means 5 is too late in the game for only 3.0 in Trample. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's good enough. I think this is our deck, and then we are ready to run with it. So what I want to do is I want to get a little bit of drip in the lands game. And in terms of drip, I think these are the planes we want to roll with. And we need a little bit of mountainous drip. I kind of like... Are we going to go with the John Avon? I kind of like these though, in a weird way. We'll go with the John Avon for now because, you know, having a bit of match never hurt anybody. Okay, we've got some lands going on here. Let's get a case. Mate, we're going to tell them exactly what we are. And let us put a Kendra on the case. So, this is a Boros Aggro Chromatic draft is what it is. And we're done. We are off to the races. So let's get this game on the go. So we got a turn 2, we got a turn 1, we got a turn 3. We even got a Reese to go turn 1 as well. This is a keep. Do we want the Pouncer? The Pouncer has double strike. The Kenra has haste. I think the Kenra having haste is too good. That's fine. There's no board clear. So we don't have to worry at all. We just keep on putting creatures out. And dare him to find 5 removal cards. Okay, so he's got a defensive play in here. We're going to put Captain Lannery's Storm in. I think this trade is worse for him than it is for me. But we're hoping he takes it. So he didn't take it. So we're going to use that treasure to get this out straight away. We get another attack with Captain Lannery, so we're going to get another treasure anyway. Cool. Okay, so what creature do we want to give flying to, is the question. I think the answer to that question is we want to give Captain Lannery flying, don't we? So, we're going to attack with Captain Lannery. And that should draw me a card. Okay, so we're going to draw a card. Oh, too good. So we could get rid of the Adorned Pouncer, because that goes into the bin anyway. And then I can do this for 2. 1, 2, and I could do that to his Leonidon. And now he's in super big trouble. In fact, this game could be all over. We're gonna see what we can do here. Okay. You gotta sacrifice it? You can if you want. It achieves the same results, DMM. So we don't care that that's a 4/4. He's going to leave it there to block, and while he does, we're going to play our Shall I, which now means he can't remove. He cannot remove the any of my creatures. Oh, too good. Okay. Oh, his trouble is really bad. He's in big trouble. Now this is the madness of them not having any board clears. He's waited nice and patiently to get this far. Now he must be really tempted to use his Arvad. Must be really tempted to use his Arvad. He'll probably be looking and thinking, I've got 2 Lifelinkers, I should be okay, not knowing I've got more of the Skyclaves in hand. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to play this. And that should be Murder She Wrote. He's thinking about it, but that should be Murder She Wrote. So we put out the Captain Lannery, and then we crack this for no reason, just because, you know, because life is fun. And then we go to attack, and then just the Captain Lannery goes, and that is GG. And that is 1-1. 1-0. So that was actually not the greatest, because he still got to 6 lands, so it still wasn't quite fast enough. I would have liked a bit more juice to push me over the edge, get him killed by turn 4, turn 5, but it wasn't too bad. I suppose the good news about that game was I actually drew a turn 1 card, but even though I didn't draw a turn 1 card, I drew a turn 1 card, I also drew a turn 2 and turn 3. So the curve feels about right. We're going to test it again now. I don't understand really why Wizard would put Captain Lannery in there. A card like Captain Lannery only makes aggro decks better. Having this in here only makes aggro decks better. Having this in there only makes aggro decks better. There is no... Nobody's using these in mid-range decks. This is another keep. And we're off to the races again. He could be playing Stompy. It's not. Okay. So I think we can actually play Saram and attack for 1. We want him to play a creature now, so we could Bone Crusher it. Well, there you go. We can't quite Bone Crusher that, which sucks. So we're going to play this. We're going to play Lannery. And then we're going to send Lannery to see if we could force him to a trade. Let's see if he's read the card. Does he know that if he blocks? No. Oh, Christ. You do wish people had read the cards, don't you? Okay, so we are going to play our Zephyr, which allows us to draw a card. We're going to attach it to Saram to get Saram flying, and then we're going to attack and draw a card. Yeah, good. So I think Perforos can go. No, actually, we want to hold on to Perforos. We're going to get rid of the Red Mountain. I think the Mountain is the thing we don't need. I think the Perforos and the Vindicator and everything else we can find uses for. He'll be feeling very good about himself and winning the race here, so we're going to leave him. Okay, we can have that. So what we're going to do here is we need to protect the cards we have. So from the Oldest Reborn, so we can get rid of that. We get this in. I'll get rid of that. Okay, so he's going to make us discard a card. We're going to do that. So this card is reserved for Rishkar. He's going to bring back. If he's smart, he won't attack with one of these dogs. He want to keep some of them for Rishkar when it comes out. He may make a mistake and play. We don't know. So our plan here should be to play a red. And we also want to play our Bone Crusher. No, we don't want to play our Bone Crusher. We can hold on to the Bone Crusher, can't we? And we're going to hold on to our Perforo as well. So, unless we can find something better. So we attack with our Saram. That is not better, is it? It gives us a deal 1 damage. It's not really better. It's not really better. No, we could discard that. So we know what he's going to bring back. He's going to bring back... Oh! He brings back Captain Lannery. Okay, that's cool. Oh wow, now that's a bomb. So he has got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's got 14. What do I want to do? What poison do we want to drink? We're going to lose our Swift Blades to this guy here. Okay. So, if I play the Perforo, how many can I get with Trample? I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's not lethal. I've got 2 that will give me 5 to play. It's only a sorcery. Oh, well, that is actually a good play. We're going to take his dogs. Yeah, we're going to take his dogs. We're going to take his dogs. The dogs will give us something to delay with whilst we think about how we can win this game. Fight fire. So kicker is, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't have 9. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm a long way from 9. For 3, I can deal 5 damage to a target creature. No, so this is not useful. This is too far away. That extra card, ugh, man alive. Immortal Sun, terrible card. But you know, we're gonna fight on. We want him to attack with everything, so we take 6, and we're gonna lose 2 dogs. Oh, this is gonna be painful. This is lose our board. This is GG. This is GG, man. Oh my god, that was painful. Wow. The only good upside is he can only hit us for 2. That is it. That is the upside. I suppose if he cracks both treasures, he can do a little bit more. Oh! Well, well, well. Neheb. Can Neheb help me get to win this game? I don't know. So it costs 4, which leaves me with 2 mana. I discard a card, I draw a card, it gives me 1 mana back, so that means I've got 3 mana. I'm not sure. Neheb is the play. It has to be the play. No, it can't be the play. 1, 1, 2, so that's 5. So I think we do this. And then we do this. No, hold on, wait. Yeah, I think we do this. No, we don't do this. Yeah, we do this. It is do this. I think it's lethal either way. We needed 1 more in order to win this game. I think the Immortal Sun giving him so much card advantage combined with the +2/+2 was just too much for us to overcome. Apart from the Immortal Sun, he had no cards really of any interest to us, and his strategy wasn't very good. There was just a splash of good cards. There wasn't anything special. I find it extraordinary that he beat me with my card, but this is what happens. We move on to the next one. That's 1-1. You know, the thing with cubes is there is always that tension between, do I just make a deck which is a good cards deck, or do I try to create some synergy? Do I go for some of the tribals? For the mixed color decks, there's some interesting things that are available. I still think the overarching strategy that you could go deep into the draft on an aggro deck stands, and that's what I'm testing out here. I think sort of, especially in red and white, especially in white and green, especially in not so much in white or blue, white and black. I think there are some really aggressive decks you could put together that could put people into serious jeopardy by turn 4 or 5. I'm not sure if Wizards did a good enough job at stripping out aggro, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna keep on testing. We got 2 2s. We got Bone Crusher, we got Lannery, and we got Weapon. So this is good times, and we've got Heath. So I think this is overall pretty good. I think the play here is to go SRAM, because that gives me the option of either going Bone Splitter to draw a card. Yeah. So this was the option I was looking for, where I get to draw a card here. and I get to play the Adorned Pouncer, which is good. And I think the Adorned Pouncer, he's gonna have to trade, so I don't think that's a good trade for him. But that also gives me good intelligence that he might be playing an aggressive strategy. Because why else would you play Wild Ball? Yeah, precisely. So what we can do is we're gonna... Oh! Misplay. It doesn't matter, but that was a misplay. We're gonna send both of these. He has to block the Pouncer. Oh, he leaves it. Okay. That's fine. That was a misplay. I didn't mean to send... I meant to send the Bone Crusher to clear the board, but this happens. So you should take away Basri's Lieutenant. I expect he'll make a mistake and won't. You see, this is what I mean by he should have played Basri's Lieutenant. We're gonna... Yeah, so now, even if he kills this, it will still give me a 2-2 back. And the 2-2 with the equipment goes nice with Col. So, we're going to play our Praetor. And we send everything. Yeah, he's in big trouble now. In the absence of there being any removal in this game, he's got no answer. This cube is crazy. You get to do your thing, and if you do your thing faster than the other guy, they've got no means of coming back. It's really not fair. So, we're moving on to the next one. And the next one is versus Hector. So we've got a 1-2 and 2 4s, but we've got 3 lands, so this is fine. So we've got Reese. And then we could go from Reese into Kendra. And attack with both. Okay. So we're going to play the dual land. I think actually we're just going to create a 1-1. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay, and this may be Murder She Wrote. If we get... Yeah, and that's a wrap. That didn't last very long, but that was a wrap. Well, we're now 3-1. Rolling off into the next one. I completely understand why Wizard thought to remove all of the board wipes, but I just think if you want to play a 2-color, 3-color, or 4-color deck, you need to either have no aggro in the format, or you need cards that can enable you to control the board whilst you get your different colors out. If you think a 3-color deck, the earliest you can have all the colors you need out is turn 2, turn 3. That could be two turns where you don't play any cards, which is really quite fair. So we got a turn 1, we got a turn 2, we got 2 turn 2s, no turn 3, which is incredible bearing in mind how many turn 3s are in the deck. And we've got 2 turn 4s, so this is a keep. And we go Zephyr's Boot. Now, if he doesn't play anything, we're playing the Pouncer. There you go. If he does play something, we'll play Kendra, because it means we've got access to face. So we're going to go and get... We're going to invite him into the race, even though we know we're not really racing. Yeah. So he's just got sucked into the race. He really shouldn't have. Because I think I've got more creatures than him. That's why he shouldn't have got sucked into the race. Also, I want to go for the Basri Lieutenant. The Basri Lieutenant goes well on the Pouncer. It also goes well on Kendra as well. If he holds everything open, then we really want to go into Shalai, because Shalai offers protection for everything. Okay, so he's got an Elspeth ECD, but there's no land. Yeah, he had to put it in the bin because he doesn't have the land. Oh, he can't do anything with either of those. Okay. So he attacks, that's fine. So we take the Heath. So do we want the cards, don't we? So we're gonna fly. We'll take the card. What don't we want? The Emolier doesn't help us. We'll go again. It's too late for Reese. Oh, actually, no. The Basri Lieutenant or Reese. Yeah, the Basri Lieutenant can go. Because a Reese we can actually play now. So we've got Neheb coming, and Neheb's going to help me manage the Jade Light Ranger. So I've got 3 creatures, he's got 2, but his creatures are more powerful than mine. Okay. So we just need to block the Aspirant. We can take the 4. We really need something to increase the power of our Pouncer. A Skyclave would be probably ideal. Okay, so this is actually quite helpful, because now we have the means to remove the Aspirant. So I think we should. It's a slow play, but our Aspirant had got out of control. Oh. Okay. So we're going to send the Pouncer and have a look at 2 cards. This is the hard one to call, actually. The Neheb helps me manage, so the Shalai has to go. I've seen no evidence that he's got any removal. So one in the mountains can go. Okay. Okay, he's going to do a scry and have a look around. This is all very tight and tense. I really need to get into my Skyclaves. Preferably sooner rather than later. Okay. So we're going to stop the Jade Lied Ranger. Okay. So this still is not ideal. We're going to play that. We're going to play Neheb. And I think I have to hold them both open. So there's no attack. Now what we want to do is we want to hit the Jade Light Ranger with the first strike and then Bone Crusher to remove, and then use the Neheb to remove the Nikia, and then we should be off to the races again. He'll still have 2 on the board, but I'll have a double striker, a Dawn Pouncer, and a Giant in exile. Okay. That is not the best card because he's going to draw some cards now. And his card advantage is already 2, well 3 if you count him 1 in exile. I don't know, what are you going to play? Okay. So that's coming with 8. Perfect. I'm still going to use the Dawn Pouncer to do exactly what I plan to do. Okay, that's fine. You're going to send Nick here? Okay, excellent. Cool. He wants to draw some cards. He says I'm going to trade up because I'm going to draw some cards anyway. So we're going to block. Whoops. Dude. We're going to block this one, don't worry. And we're going to block that. We're going to go full control so that we can do what we're planning to do. He's going to draw a card. And then first strike damage goes first. So I could go and hit with that. Yeah, we know. Oh. And then first strike should deal with that. So this board has gone from completely unmanageable to slightly a little bit more manageable, but not by much. So we're going to take this out of the bin. So we're going to hold on to that. And I still think we are in moderate shape but his card advantage is quite formidable. Terrifying, actually. I can't imagine that he doesn't have the cards to manage me here. That's a 3 to equip, is it? No. Yeah, it's a legendary. Ugh. This could be GG. This could be GG. Oh. That's sad, isn't it? And to think we were doing so well at keeping him under control. So we're going to take the 2. We're going to see if we can start to thin away some of these things. We don't mind if he takes a creature. Do we? It doesn't have trample, we just have to chump block it every turn until we find what we need. Ugh. So, we're going to attack with the Adorned Pouncer to see if we can find something bad in our land. Yes. So that can go in the bin, and we could go and have another look. So this is a draw end. These are chump blockers, aren't they? So this we're going to bin. This is actually useful. And this is useful just because it enables us to see what's in his hand. Seeing what's in his hand is really quite useful. So let's put this. The reason we took that away is 2, 3, 6, 7. We wanted to take this out of the game. You can't really use it, which is fine. So he's got 8. So we need an act of God to help us here. Because I don't even think we could call that call this yeah, we can't even call this a stalemate. It's not a stalemate. He's ahead. Okay. So the good news is we can chump block those. Yep. So this board is a lot more manageable than it was. Oh my god, I'm not there. 3, 6, 7. We're nowhere near the 9 we need. Oh my god. But we've got 3. And add 3, it goes to just a target creature. Oh god, dear. We have to go searching. We need a creature to chump block. So we've got no choice about it. We have to just go searching. Okay, let's get rid of the fight with fire. Yeah, I didn't have enough mana, otherwise I would have blasted you to the face. Okay, that can go in the bin. It's a sad day when I'm going to be using my venerable war singer as a chump blocker, but you know, these are the days we're in. Right? I see him looking at it. Does he have removal in hand? He can't have. I mean, like, he literally just drew one card. So he goes back to 12. He gets the scry from his bestiary, which sucks too. Ugh, I can't even call this stalemate. We're gonna do hand-to-hand combat to see where it takes us. So he's got 3/6. He's got 9 mana, so he can play his Platinum Angel now. But for him, actually, that's almost a get out of jail card free. He doesn't want to play it, and then he loses it. I mean, I don't even know what card I could draw to win the game. I've got 16 cards left. Oh, Jesus Christ. This just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Ugh, this is GG. Well done. He beat me down. But it was good fun. It was good fun. Beaten to death by card advantage there. But it was good fun. We are now at 3-2, I think it is. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're at 3-2. We really do need to get to 4 wins to feel like we're up on proceedings. I think sort of what's really missing from this deck is that killer turn 1 play. Coming in at turn 2 just gives them a chance to get going. So is this a do I trade this in? I don't know. We're going to keep it. It looks bad, but there is there's method to my madness. Well, that wasn't the method to my madness, but I'll take it. I should have actually played the Thriving Heath first, but you know, misplays. They're a thing. So we're going to play the Mask of Immolation as planned. He's ramping. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to take that as a nod in the wing to play Maul of the Cyclops and go to work. And let's see what happens. Oh my god, Doom Whisperer. So it's a good thing we got Perforo, but we didn't play the Thriving Heath. We can't get rid of it next turn, which sucks. Doom Whisperer. Oh my god, it's just a terrible card. It's terrible for us on almost every level, and he has 17 life, which means he can surveil away until he gets to what he really needs. It is a really terrible card. We lucked out here, so we're going to play the white. We're going to play this for 3. We're going to clear the Doom Whisperer, and we're going to hope he's stupid enough to really scry quite heavily, not realizing how fast my deck is. He didn't care. Who would have thunk it? Tiberius didn't care. Okay, we're flying, so we don't care about that. don't care about that either. Okay, I have no idea why he didn't scry. Like, I still don't know why he didn't scry. I'm going to take it, but I don't know why it happened. No, we'll take the Lannery. Yeah, do we want to trade? I don't know if we want to trade. I think we don't. I think we're far enough ahead that we don't have to trade. So okay, all round comes. Yeah, I don't know how you come back. Okay. You gotta give that flying. Still don't understand the game plan here, this dude. 3-6. Maybe the plan is to give the Beanstalk Giant flying. So our plan here, quite simply, we're going to play the green to give this hexproof. Do we try and clear his board? I think we try and clear his board. I think we have to go now. The reason we have to go now is we have to clear the Alloy May, we have to clear some stuff. So that's fine. We're going to crack this. And then we're going to... Yep. Okay. So I think we could go around his... what's he got? He's got 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got Henge. That won't help him. It's GG. Yeah, dude. No. Look, I've got 6. I've got 7 in the air, dude. I don't understand why you did that. Do you know what? One of those weird games of Magic where the opponent does stuff you don't understand. But I'll take that. Skyclave did all the work there. Skyclave was just really great, and then Nola coming in and giving it a 1+1 pushed us over the top. I think if he played his cards differently, it might have been a much more challenging game, but we will take that. It's a win, we will take it. We've got 3 more games to go clean. I don't know if it's possible. We've reached 4, so we hit the magical number, as it were. So I can sit back and relax and enjoy the last 3 games. Good grief. So we've got a 1-drop and a 3-drop, but no creatures. So this has to go. Yeah, I think this is fine. We've got a lot of options as to what we want to put back. I think we put back Rubrask because it's so far away. Everything else can stay. I think we play our Clip-Top Rulet. So we want to go Emoliator, Lannery into Venerable Warsinger, don't we? That's what we want to do. So let's see what happens. The reason why we go Lannery first is because we want the Warsinger to have something in the graveyard to bring back. If we want to bring something back. So here's our Lannery. He's playing a 3-color. Now, because they've taken out all of the 2-drop counters out of blue, it means the only thing we are sort of somewhat worried about is this type of removal. But as I've said sort of in earlier games, the chances that a player will have a lot of removal, or that kind of removal, is low. And also they took out the deal 4 damage removal.
What an interesting creature. Let's see how you work.
So now we can put in the Shalai. It's not worth attacking that because it has far too many loyalty. So doing 1 damage to that doesn't sort of advance any of our schemes at all. We have to dare him to have the instants and sorceries to make this work. Okay. So having one of those doesn't do much. Okay, so we're going to play out. We're going to play out. Okay, so now it's worth removing the saving. Because those 1/1s will be a problem. And obviously our Venerable Warsinger enables us to get back our Lannery. The good news with the fact that he had a Saheeli tells me that he's probably running lots of sorceries and instants as opposed to creatures. He has to find 4 to remove Shalai before he's even off to the races. And the terrible thing for him actually
will be a breeze.
Is that my Venerable Warsinger.
There's a storm coming your way.
So he's got 2 mana, so he's going to use that to get rid of Shalai. And I'm going to bring Shalai right back. Yep. Good job. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the face, and we're going to take that, and we're going to bring this. Do you have more removal? That's the question. He's looking in his graveyard, so is there some graveyard abuse he has? Does he have a means to get that electrolyzer back out again? So we need to equip the Bone Splitter to the Venerable Warsinger so I can bring back Shalai. That's the reason why he's looking at it. He knows the risk. Or he should know the risk at least. My Shalai is a 4-drop, and my Bone Splitter will enable me to bring it back. Let us see whether he has an answer to my Warsinger. Okay, he had an answer to everything. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna see if he's got a block. Okay, that's good because that tells me. Okay, we're gonna play out. He's hoping to tap it. Oh wow, that's a bomb. He's a bit far behind, but it's still a bomb. So the Emoliator allows me to do 1 damage to any target. So actually what I want to do is I want to pop it into the face and then hit for 4 in his face. We're going to see what happens. He knows what I'm going to want to do. He knows. He must know. Okay, he's thinking about it. So look, we're going to put a stop on his end step. And as soon as he gives up this turn, yeah, okay, it's my go. So we pop this, we do the shot to the face, then it's my turn. I then eternalize my Kendra. Sorry dude, you can't block me. And then I go and double dip. Okay. Now when he exiles the top of his deck, he's going to be able to play any of these 2 cards. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach this to here. He's going to tap him because he thinks that matters, but it doesn't. I'm just going to shoot you in the face. Nope, it's a treasure, it's not a food. I want to play my SRAM. Ooh, does he have it? 4, 5, that's 9, 10. Ugh, it's going to be close. I need to draw any creature off the top of my deck. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. A shark, a great shark. I had no idea. Oh, what have you got in your hand? Come on, you said good game. Oh, flip you, dude. How painful was that? Oh. Wow. Yeah, good game, dude. Well done. Well done. So, that run is at an end. I went 4 and 3, so it's a mid-range run. I feel like I could do even better on an aggro deck, I think. But I'm gonna draft something else. I'm gonna draft something. Let's claim prize first, and then we're gonna draft something else. But this time around, actually, what we're going to do in our draft is it's 5 wins to get to. So I was 1 win short from breaking even. Ugh, that sucks. What we're gonna do this time on the draft is we're going to go for cards I like. They're just cool. And we're going to build a deck from there. And we're going to try and make some synergies as we go. So, let us see what we have. Can we get to the late game? Very hard first pick. I don't know. I kinda like Moldrotha. I do. Yeah, we're gonna take Moldrotha. I kinda like Moldrotha as a bomb. Moldrotha does some wonderful things. Okay, so we're going to take Extinction Event because there isn't very much removal in the format. I know that the Vivian Monster's Advocate is a really good card, and leaving down the table together with Biogenic Ooze sucks. But the absence of any removal means I should take Extinction Event. It's just as simple as that. So we're playing a blue-green-black deck. It looks like. So there's a Rask Contempt here, which is very good, and there's also Scavenging Ooze, which is also very, very, very good, and there's also a Search for a Scanter. Mordrafter comes down on 6. We need cards that will help us stay alive till turn 6, don't we? There isn't any counters, so we there may be some bounce spells or some tap spells in blue, but no counters. In black there's only specific removal, but they are exile event. There are exile cards, so they're really quite powerful. So if we sort of think this through, the Mordrafter being sort of the jewel in the crown. So we want to use blue to draw some cards, and for bouncing things. We want to use black for removing things, and we want to use green to give us some chunky creatures. I think that is how we're going to draft this, with some twists along the way. But it's going to be black for removal, green for chunky creatures, and blue to draw some cards. It's how we're going to target some of these cards. That's if the other player passes it along. It's only pick 3, so it's quite early on, so they will take a bit of time looking at the cards. So I like Dream Eater a lot because of the returning something to somebody's hands. But I know that 2 blacks, 2 blues, this is a really hard deck to cast. But we're going to do what the heart wants to do. So we're going to take the Dream Eater. Because I think it's just a quality creature. Again, it's another 6 drop, so playing it's going to be difficult. I think sort of even before this round ends, we should be looking at the lands to see if we can help make these lands work. Because not having the right lands was going to make this deck a pig to play. Okay, so Chupacabra, really good. As is Archeress, that's really good as well. And then you've got the Guild Mages to help us with our mana. I kind of still like the removal rather than the draw yet. I think a card like this will come back again. Chupacabra, I'm not sure. It's still early on. Maybe Archeress is the better thing. Let's take Archeress. And I hope that Chupacabra comes back. Or a card like Chupacabra comes back. Okay. So what do I want from here? I kind of like Thassa's Intervention. I also like Null Priest because it brings things back. But I think Thassa's Intervention is too good. When I think about this deck, as I said, there isn't very many counters provided in blue. Thassa's Intervention provides a counter, and it also enables me to dig into my deck as far as my mana will allow and draw 2 cards. So I think the Thassa's Intervention is a good shout. I think, sort of looking at the cards I already have, Extinction Event, Vraska's Contempt, Atris, Dream Eater, Thassa's Intervention, Mordor, this looks like a control deck already. Although it's going to be a bit of a surprise to whoever I'm playing against to find somebody playing what blue, green, black control. The good thing about green, in addition to sort of providing excellent cards for stompy decks, is it is kind of useful for providing reasonably sized creatures for the middle of the game. Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that. So not a great pack here. I am not sure whether you want Kel's Fight Fixer or Cavalier of the Night. I think Cavalier as removal is probably better, but it's more expensive. It's even at 5. We'll take it because we don't have anything at 5. But 3 blacks is going to be a pick to play. I think we're going to take the Woe Strider here. As this deck develops, this is really looking like a Dimir deck with a really small splash of green as opposed to a proper blue-green black deck. Okay, so we've got Commit, which is a good little... We've got Commit and Memory, which is very good. Voracious Hydra is really good as well for removing things, even early on. You see, if this had more to go, I'd think the Commit would come back. We're going to take the Hydra. So the Vivian has come back. So I think we could take the Vivian.
If you don't respect nature, we're going to have a
Oh
problem.
my god, the Escanter came back as well. So we'll take the Escanter. Okay. So we're going to take the Jade Light Ranger, but we're going to put it in the sideboard. We could take the Nisa, but we could put that in the sideboard too. The Maze Mind Tome can go into the deck. That can go in the sideboard. Okay. So, wow. Wow. So I think the Nisa can actually go back into the main deck. That's a forest or an island, not really helpful. We've got the Chromatic Lantern. Oh my god. So that would help us with all of our land problems, but there's also a pathway next to it. I think the Chromatic Lantern just has to happen, really, just to help us sort this deck out. I want the Blooming Marsh, is what my instinct tells me. I really do want the Blooming Marsh. But the Midnight Reaper for drawing cards is really good. Gonti's really good for disrupting their deck. Both of these are pretty good, and they're pretty good sort of early-ish game creatures. I think Woe Strider and Midnight Reaper play a similar role, so it's probably Gonti which looks better. But I think we're going to run into trouble with lands unless I start fixing that now. So I'm going to take one of those. I think this is quite an easy Mind Stone. Well, actually, now I said it's easy, I'm looking at the Cavalier of Thorns. Cavalier of Thorns comes in at 5 though, so it's a long way away. It really is. We've got 2 turn 5 cards already. Mindstone might be better, a little bit of ramp. But all of our mana seems to be mana that we need. Let's take Cavalier of Thorns, and I may live to regret it. But that's what we're taking for now. So here's Fires of Interventions. Crazy game-breaking card, but it's here. We're going to take the Pathway. Whoops, because that fixes our mana situation. And Omnath is still sitting here. Who would have thunk that? So none of these cards are really good. The Nayef is okay, but we don't have enough creatures, I don't think. I think the Erebos is actually quite good, but we don't have very many. We don't have anything that was gonna stay on the board long enough. None of these are really good, but I feel like I want to put an Erebo in my sideboard just in case. I think Planet-Wide Celebration is awesome. If I could get it into this deck, we're gonna try. It is, the flexibility in that card is unbelievable. So I think that's why it's gonna be in here. As to whether it survives, we don't know. So Enter the God Eternals. Nice. Nice. 2 blues and a black. I think it's better than Doom Whisperer. Doom Whisperer is another big creature. We've got a lot of big creatures already. But we're going to take Chainer's Edict. I kind of like being able to remove those creatures. We could take Errata Silencer. Yeah, we can. It probably doesn't last, but we'll hold it for now. Tesserate's Gambit's in here. The Pathway. So we're going to take the Pathway because we're all about fixing this. The lands. So we've got these the Gonti and the Midnight Reapers come all the way back. I think the Gonti for disruption is better. Probably won't survive, but we've got it in here. So this is looking very mid-rangey. Cavalier of the Night is a 5, Thorns is a 5, so Garuda doesn't work. I do like Burial Rites. It gave me Garuda. I was going to take on Burial Rites. None of them were really conducive with my deck, so it doesn't really matter. Look at this, 3 packs stacked up. So we said blue was for draw, and we don't really have any draw yet. We've got a lot of removal. We've got a couple of green creatures, but then we've also got a couple of really good planeswalkers, and we've got Muldrotha as well. So we get to play the cool card we're looking for. I think in the cut some of these won't survive. I think Errata won't survive at all. I'm not sure if Gonti's going to survive when we do the cut. Planet-Wide Celebration might also survive the cut. And you know, can the Thorns and the Knight both coexist in a single deck? I don't think so. None of these are useful. Let's take the Inspector. So there's a lot of cards in here that won't survive, I don't think. I think we could take the Inscription of Insight. It returns a creature, it scries, it gives me a thing, and my things are relatively big, so it makes sense. None of these are useful, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just slot one in here. I don't think Giza works either. So, last pack. So, we need blue for draw, black for removal, and green for chunky creatures. Fetid pools will help. We've got this Elder Dragon, but this Elder Dragon, I don't know if this is... Mate, it won't wake it into the deck. We're going to take the land. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be sensible. We're drafting sensibly. I think the Thief of Sanity is too good. It's like a game breaker winner if I get it out and it sticks. It just is. So this deck feels like a blue-black with a really splash of green. The Cavalier Thorns won't survive just because of what it is. 3 greens, it's not easy. I think we're hunting for lands unless we find a card that's going to help us draw. Supreme Will is really good though, isn't it? Counter 3, look at the top 4. That's a 3-drop. We got some of those already. I kind of think I want to continue on the lands. But we don't have the draw. We have to take the Supreme Will. What am I thinking? Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Some of these are definitely not gonna... A Supreme Will to help us siphon through the deck. Multiple Choice is an awesome card. Bloody awesome card. It is. Yarok. Yarok is an awesome card as well. I don't know, we don't have that many ETBs. Not that kind of deck. I think we take the Multiple Choice. I think Multiple Choice is more likely to survive till the end. I like Find Finality as well though, don't I? Blimey. Find Finality is like a board wipe. Yeah, it is. It has to be Find Finality, surely. Whoops, did I put it in here? Yeah, I did. Okay. Eat to Extinction, some removal. Sublime Epiphany is a counter. I think the removal's better. I don't think we'll ever get to play the counter on time. I do like the Drowned Catacombs though, for helping my land situation. I think the land will come back around. I'm going to take the Eat to Extinction now. Provides a bit of flexibility. Agonizing Remorse for some hand disruption. It's probably the best thing in here. Probably won't make the cut. We'll take it. I don't know here. I don't. We're playing controlling, so probably the best thing is a Reclamation Sage in order to manage enchantments or artifacts. Yeah. We'll put it down in the bin. Let's see if it can fight its way in. It's a blue-black land. It's a no-brainer. There is nothing else on that that's going to be any good. We're looking for it's got white black, not useful. We've got a black black, not really useful. Ugh, nothing here is really great. No, we're gonna take the Noxious. I don't think it gets in. I'm gonna put it straight in the bin and see what happens. I think it has to be Massacre Worm, but I don't think it gets in. See, Exodus is pretty good, but it's pretty situational. None of these are any good. Let's take Scale to Heights and throw it in the bin. Yarok is still around. Let's take the ooze and put it in the bin. The land. It's better than the bimodal land. The bimodal land comes in tapped. Expansion explosion maybe. Vizier. This is going to be a tough build. Yeah, because we've got some good high end. I'm not sure about the control tools lower down. I think Escanta, Agonizing Remorse, Chainer's Edict, Find Finality. So this part of the control package feels good. It's only 2 cards that have to drop out. Wow, that's not too bad as a draft. And we've got a good selection of multi-pool coloured lands. That's not a bad draft. Inscription of Insight probably goes. Yeah. I think the exam question is, can Knight and Thorns coexist in a single list? I don't think they can. And I think killing something is better than drawing a land and milling yourself. Yeah, so we're going to take Cavalier out. Okay, does anything from here fight its way in? Planet-wide celebration. Does this stay? I don't know. I don't know. I think so. Looking at the cards we got in the bin, the only cards that I think make sense to fight their way in would be Massacre Worm to kill a wide board, but it's got those 3 blacks, which are going to be really hard to get to. So you have to be realistic. You've got the Gear Hulk, which kills a specific thing, and gives you some health back, which could be good. But it doesn't have to return something from you. Being able to pull back the Thief of Sanity from the Cavalier is too good, isn't it? We've got a Reclamation Sage to remove a thing, so I think we will get rid of Atrata to put the Reclamation Sage in, which I think is going to be more useful in the long run. I think this is a better build. We're going to see. We got to 40. Let's put a little bit of drip on this. A little bit of drip on the cards. Let's put, actually no. Let's put our guy here. And on the cover, what we're gonna have the Japanese art. Yeah. So, GB. It's a mid-range, isn't it? Well, it feels like a mid-range. Okay, let's see how many games we can get through. Is it actually a last-minute anxiety? No need for the anxiety. Let's just leap in. Okay. So I think the aim is not to get run over. So getting one of our 3-drop creatures would be quite helpful in the opening hand. Well, we've got a Gonti in at 4. This is 2-lander. Do you keep a 2-lander? And then you look higher up, you don't even have the colours you need. No, this is we have to get rid of this. Okay. We've got a blue, black, we've got all the colours. We want to get off to the races with the Thief of Sanity, don't we? It's quite a weird one. I think we put the Gonti back in because getting the 2 blacks is going to be harder than getting the blue and the black. So we'll keep the 6. Gonti goes back in. We're going to play the forest. Then we're going to play the tide channel. Oh, okay. So we play the tide channel into the tone, and then we can skip. Okay, we're going to have a scribe. What are we looking for? I think we're looking for something to smooth out our curve. So, what, a 5-drop? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's do the first squire and take a peek. Well, that's good if we want to have a look in his hand. He's got a lot of cards. In fact, we will keep that. So the question is, do we want to play the Agonizing Remorse before we do our Thief of Sanity? I think it has to be a yes. I'm going to play the Dark Ball, and we're going to take a look. Okay. So he's in green. He's got a splash of red, but he's in green and blue, Bainey. I think we need to get rid of the Primal Might. Because that's the thing that's going to stop me from being able to play my Thief of Sanity, isn't it? I want that card to play to be disruptive, don't I? Let's leave that. Okay. So let's get our scribe. Are we going to kill them? Yeah, we are going to kill them. Well, we're not going to kill that until he's got one of his legendary things on the board, are we? So we can play our Thief of Sanity. So, what do we want from our blue-black land? Do we want a blue? Do we want a black? I think we want a blue. We'll take a blue. So there's no cards of reach here. This doesn't have a colour because we don't have anything out here yet. So the Tatoyora is on its way, isn't it? So we want to get rid of this Mox Amber to help him reduce his ramp, don't we? Oh! Okay. So let's take a peek. Land is good, we'll take that. It sucks that it's a tapped land, but what can we do? Let's Thief of Sanity. Oh, wow. Well. So, this is a, what is it? It's a 3... Okay, so that's a 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 6. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll take... or actually, what am I thinking? We take Golos, man. Golos every time, isn't it? So he's got this, which is a 4 he can play. This, which is a 5, which he can play only with the Mox. And this, which is a 4, which is going to draw a land. And he has a land. Is there a better target? There may be a better target for this. Okay, let's see what he gives me. We want to play his Golos, don't we? Okay. How difficult is the choice, dude? It's 3 cards. I'm gonna choose. This goes into the bin anyway, so we're not worried. And we've got some cards, which is really quite helpful. Okay, we're gonna end that. So he's only got 1 card we can't see. Okay. It's a land. Yeah, we don't want him to have fun with that little special ability too much, do we? Okay, he's going to draw a card. So what we definitely don't want him to do is we don't want him to I feel like I should be relaxed. I should not stress, not over these creatures. We're going to carry on stealing his stuff. That is our plan, isn't it? Our plan is to carry on stealing his stuff. We believe... Oh, snap. So we've got a Chromatic Lantern and a Golos now. So let's play the black. Let's have a look at what he has on the top of his deck. We have to calm down. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're going to take your spot double away. Okay, so this deck has got a lot of bombs in it. Like, real talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 6 lands. So let's play the Chromatic Lantern. Okay. And he has 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like we should take away the Mox Amber. So he can't play, because you know the difference between him playing a 6 drop and a 7 drop is quite dramatic, I think. We shall. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the right thing to do. I like him playing with 5 mana, 6 mana if he plays a land in his hand. Okay. I'm astonished, bearing in mind how much removal there is in my deck, that I have not come into removal that can help me deal with either Rashmi or Totiova. Yeah. So here comes the value train. 4, 5. I've already got 2, so I can't. Okay. So we've come to the time. Yeah. We are now at the time where we need to do some stuff with his Golos, don't we? We're going to play the land. We're going to play the Golos. We're going to draw a land. Now we want to draw a normal land because we want it to be any colour. Yeah, so we're going to take a green land. And then I think what we want to do is we want to do a spark double. 1, 2... Oh no, hold on, wait. Do I have enough? No, 1, 2, 3. I've already got 3. So we're not going to do a spot double. We're going to just attack with the Thief of Sanity. We could draw a card here. Okay, Ace. Okay. We have some options, finally. So, I don't know if he's close enough to win. I'm not sure. It's going to give him a tap land. That's an odd. That's an odd. That's an even. That's an odd. That's an odd. That's an odd. That's an even. Yeah, so a board wipe will affect him just as much as it will affect me. Okay, let's see. Nope, that's not a spell. Thank God for that. Okay, he's loading the board. Because everything gets 2+2 and trample, doesn't it? Will you attack with anything? I don't think you will. Yep. Of course. So, I think we can still afford to keep going wide. Actually, we could afford to trigger Golos Kong. Yeah, so we could play the land. We could play a Scanter. So we could put 2 on something and give everything else -4. I think we could do that to this guy, isn't it? Put 2 on, take action. Okay. Yeah, we like that. That is wrecked right there. And let's have a look. Okay. Now that was a good play. Okay. We're going to put it on the library. Oh, dude. Oh, he gave up. I suppose killing his boards was pretty a dramatic step to take, but that was a good game. That required a lot of thought to sort of navigate the deck. It's 1-0. Let's roll into the next one. So the target is game 5. So we've got 4 more games to go. We've come into another 2-lander, but we've got Thief of Sanity in hand. So we really don't want to give that away, do we? We've also got Find Finality in hand as well. This is a mulligan. We need more lands. Okay, we've got 3 lands here. We've got Planet-wide Celebration. We've got Vivian. So this is interesting how we're going to play this out. So our lands are a little bit clunky, so we're going to have to be careful here. So the reason why I played the Forest is because I'm holding out hope that on turn 2 I'm going to draw into either a swamp or something else, and we didn't. So I'm going to play the Drowned. Let's go now. Okay. So as you can see, we can see how clunky the whole thing is now. I think we're going to play the green. And we're going to play the Woe Strider. We're going to put a little stop on his end stop there. So the aim here really, actually, is to get to Vivian before he gets to a threat that makes me have to take stock. We've also got the Voracious Hydra that can help us remove small things. So we're not too fussed, too worried. I think with the hand we have, so we're going to crack this because we don't need it. But we do want to have a look at what's on top of our deck. A black land, perfect. So we're going to hold on to that. He's thinking about what to play, or whether to play anything. He doesn't. Okay, so we're going to play the black. In fact, we're going to attack first. I don't want to tell him I've got a black in hand until after I've attacked. So he's playing in blue, although he's got the others of colours as well. So he's playing Esper. The question was obviously, was he going to flash something in? He didn't. So we can make a 4/5 and make him have to remove this. I think it's not a bad thing to do. The only reason why I feel confident about making this course of action is because I now have the Rascal's Contempt in hand. Yeah. So I'm at the point now where we've gone sort of 4 turns and he hasn't threatened anything at all. So I want to start to put a clock on his play. I don't want to wait for an Esper deck to get to wherever it wants to get to. And if he doesn't play anything on this turn, despite having 5 mana, then that will lead me into playing my Vivian and really causing him a problem. Because he'll tempo out with the 3/3s. Okay. So that's going to sit in the vehicle zone for a bit. It doesn't have trample, which is awesome for us. I don't know if he's got removal for the Voracious Hydra. Oh, maybe he does. Yeah, well, dude, I was never gonna let you do that. I could have told you that. Do we want to keep the land? I think we can. Getting the double blues is good.
A world of monsters? This is my paradise.
I think we want vigilance.
I love making new friends.
I would ordinarily attack to put some pressure on him, but now he's down to 4 cards. I don't think it's necessary. I feel like I should just wait and see, and having the scry open to me is actually quite useful. So let's have a look in your deck. Well, that's quite easy, isn't it? Yeah, this is quite easy. So, we're going to offer him 2 lands, or a multiple choice. Well, that's unfortunate, dude. I suppose you made your land situation a bit better. So I'm looking at the top of my deck and I've got to find finality here. Okay, he's coming to attack. Okay, we're just gonna block. And before that damage goes, we're gonna just... We want to keep the finality, so we're not worried about that. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna play this. And kill that, yep. And then we're gonna play one of these. We're gonna keep it with vigilance.
Diversity
So we've got
is
two
our
blues, we've got
greatest
two
strength.
greens, we've got black. So we could play this as a black, I think. And then I am going to... we're not going to attack with that because we don't want that to die. So he's got 4, 5. He's got 6 mana. So I can't imagine what card he could have in hand that he can't play, unless he's screwed mana-wise, color-wise. I want to see what he's got here. Come on, dude. So what I'm hoping for is he plays some more cards into... Yeah. So what we want to do is we want him to play cards into... We want him to play some cards into our finality. So he didn't play. So what we can do is we can remove his Skyclave. Let's see if he's going to protect it. I don't think it's worth protecting, but we'll see. Okay, we'll take that back. So we really don't want him to exile it, but he is going to exile it. We're going to let him take it. There's nothing we can do about it. There is nothing we can do about it. We're just going to take the 3/3 token we're going to get out of it. We really want to have a look in his hand because we don't want to waste resources into this board. This board isn't like a... This board isn't... sort of meaty or chunky enough for us to want to sort of throw cards into it. So we've got 1, 2, we've got 3 blacks, so we can play a Cavalier if we play him. He's got a Ketra, has he? He wants to make some 4/4s, does he? We're going to play full control so that we can just get rid of this. Dude. Dude, there was no way on earth I was going to let you have that. There is no 2-mana counter spells in here. So you're just going to say goodbye to a Ketra. Oh, he's going to change it into a 4/4. 4 from the top. Okay. It's my turn. Okay, so I don't know, a blue? Maybe it's a blue we play. So in fact we could play.
You want to fight me? That's precious.
Yeah, vigilance. Okay.
Every day is a new mutation.
So we can't kill it, so that's why we're playing this way around. Okay, he's got his Ketra back in hand, but he doesn't have enough. And he's got no cards on the board to proliferate, so that's fine. So what's your play? He might have a board wipe. No, he's got a land and a Ketra and 2 cards. Okay. After much thought, he decides to send something in. We're going to block the 4/4. We don't mind the 2/2 hitting us in the face. Okay, so we're landing out just a touch. But what we're going to do is we are going to take our find finality now.
I'd like you to meet my friend, Stumpy.
Yeah? I want this to be the only thing on the board when he plays it, so I can chain his edict it. That's why I needed to find finality then. So this basically is restricting him from being able to play a Ketra. May have another creature to play that might generate a 4/4. I think he has to play a. He doesn't. Okay, so we're gonna play this straight away. Now you sacrifice it; it doesn't go back into your deck. Cycle. No, we can't cycle, we don't have enough mana. So we might as well play Defensive Force. Play the 3/3. We're going to give it Trample.
We will adapt it.
We've got very little time to kill him. If we don't kill him straight away now, he's going to get back to his Ketra. Clearly a Ketra is his finisher. Which is why he's sort of protecting it. Yeah, see, that's why I gave him Trample. I kind of suspected that was your plan. So we're going to give another one Trample.
I call, and Ikoria answers.
Okay. So we're trying to get there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this is a Ketra. But we have the fastest intervention. Nope, you can't get to Vivian. I think you should get tempoed out here. We don't know what his other 2 cards are, that's the problem. Yeah, we're going to do a straight 1-for-1 trade. You gonna wipe this board? No? Okay, we're gonna hold on to Thassa. We're gonna keep making tramplers because we need to get.
Every day is a new mutation.
We need to get to the point where we can kill him. Okay. So our plan is to. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to make this a 4. Yeah, that's going in the bin, dude. GG. Oh, wow, that was close. That was close. That was what you call a top deck. Thassa's intervention coming on top. Well, blimey. So that's 2 and 0. Let's go back in. So that game's more or less turned on him, allowing me to get my Vivian on the board and generating 3 3s. And then he really didn't have an answer for it. It just isn't enough. Planeswalker removal. There isn't enough mid-range creatures to contest Planeswalkers, so they could just stay on there for turn after turn after turn, generating value. We've got 2 blues and a black, so we can't play Gonti, we can't play Planet-Wide Celebration, so we should mulligan this. But because we've got Woestrider, I'm kind of optimistic as to us being able to scry into what we need. We're going to play the blue. I would rather show blue, which is harmless, than black. Let's have a look at his hand. Okay, oh my god, this is like a who's who of villains. I don't know. Terror of the Peaks is probably the biggest threat. He's got 2 mana on the board now. The Hedron adding another 2, taking him straight to 6, and then the Lotus giving him more or less unlimited mana. Both of those look pretty scary too. I don't know whether you want to stop him from being able to ramp or stop the creatures. I think the Terror has to go, even though I know that Arnie's coming next. Yeah. Basically, I have no answer for his. Yeah. I kind of have an answer to his Arnie and his Urabrask. I have no answer to Terror. Terror would have just hung out there, causing all sorts of problems. There's the Hedron, so we know now he has sort of unlimited. So we're going to use this to block, and then we're going to just kill it. So that we can scry, we need a land. Yeah, we'll take that. So I think, so the question for us is, what's more efficient? Is it more efficient to use the Thassa's intervention, which we could probably use to search for some cards later on, or to use the Eat to Extinction for the Urabrask, which we know is coming next? What say us? I'm going to hold off. I don't want him to get too far ahead. I'm going to hold off. And let's see. Okay, he's going to hit me in the face, obviously. You only control a 3-3, dude. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What a maniac. I could stop this. No, he's only got 3 cards. So he has unlimited mana, so what? He's only got 3 cards. So I think we do Gonti and we steal one of his cards. That sounds like a good idea. And the Death Touch means I can control his Arnie, can't I? Oh wow, so I could take a board wipe for 5. Or yeah, Sarkhan is too nice, isn't it really? Okay, that's fine. That's me learning my lesson that I should have taken the board wipe and cleared all of these non-dragons. Yep. Okay. We are going to take this. Okay, so this is not too bad. It's not too bad. We take away his. This has to go. That's just a problem. Library that. We're 1 green away. Oh no, we're there. Oh my god. Like. Oh my god. Wow. 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 That was a lot of aggression, wasn't it? This is GG. We got beaten and we got punched in the face. Sometimes that will happen. We got punched in the face. So that was an interesting in-game, if only sort of the critical sort of decision made in the game was what to take away with the Agonizing Remorse. I could have taken away his ramp, but looking at his hand size, I thought there's no point in taking away his ramp. And I didn't. And despite not doing it, what happened actually is after he I took away the Terror of the Peaks, he drew into bomb after bomb after bomb, and because he had unlimited mana because of the Gilded Lotus and the mana rock, we were just in big trouble. So maybe the best thing to take away would have been one of the mana rocks, just so that he could have slowed him down a bit. But there still isn't a board wipe, and he had gone too wide. I mean, he had at the end of the game 4. He was 4 creatures wide. That's very wide. Anyhow, it's 2-1. On to the next one. 2 lands isn't enough. We need at least 3. Ugh, now it becomes harder. We're going to keep this. We're going to put back the Cavalier. We're going to play the island and sort of, fingers crossed, hope we draw into some more land. So I'm going to play the black because that enables me to do the Agonizing Force. I've still got a green. Oh, good grief. So, it looks mono blue. No, it's not. It's got a blue. Blue. What the heck is he doing? Okay. Maybe that's a splash. This is all blue. So, this is Phyrexian mana. Okay. Fae of Wishes, maybe, take away. All of this other stuff feels so far away. Let's take the Fae of Wishes away. Okay, so we're gonna play the green. I want to play the Supreme Whale on his end step to go looking for stuff. Okay. I want to use the Supreme Whale on my end step to go looking, go searching. Does he have a card to flash in? Well, that sucks. I think Atris is better because it gives me cards and a body on the board. Even though Woe Strider gives me the Scry. Yeah, I think it just is. And I think this should be a blue. Now, unless the card he offers me is a bomb, we want to take whatever pile offers me more cards. Yeah. So, he's got everything open here. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack first. Are we going to be allowed to play Nisa? What do we think? I think no, but we're going to do so anyway. If we were going to lose a bomb, this is a bomb that we won't mind losing.
The land will help us find a way.
Hold on, we've got 3 in the graveyard, so a Scanter feels like a way away. Maze Mind Tome might help us draw into something we need. So it'll give us some scry, some more scry. Yeah, we'll take the Maze Mind Tome. I feel like Nisa's not long for this world. I mean, I wouldn't keep that Nisa on the board. Is he? Yeah. Well.
Through this land, we are all connected.
It's becomes a 5/5. Ugh.
Behold, nature's true power.
I suppose the only upside is that we can exile his Nisa.
I can help you no longer.
So we've traded Nisas. I'm kind of ahead of... He's still some way away from playing the Khan. So we're okay. We've got a Voracious Hydra that enables me to kill a thing that comes onto the board. I think this looks okay. I think sort of as far as... Oh Christ. Famous last words. I think we're okay. Odd or even. Obviously this is an odd. Yep. And this is an even. Checks out. So we're going to take this away straight away. And the only reason we're going for straight away is because I want to continue to put the pressure on. I want to force him to find an answer to my Artress, which will kill him in 3 turns. But there's an answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 lands. He's 1 land away from Khan. Ugh, that's a hard one. We want it to be a 5, don't we? So 1, 2, 3, 3. Let's turn it into a 3. And it means that I'm still open to stopping. Oh, Christ almighty. He's going to come and discard my thing anyway. My Thassa. This is a sorcery. Oh, Christ. We might as well play it. I don't want to give him any cards whatsoever. If that card he's just drawn, no, something like that. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna be able to Khan away. Oh, the pain is a lot. Does he have a creature in here? No, he doesn't. He just has Tezzeret. Do I have a creature he could take? Or Thief of Sanity maybe? But if he bounces my creature, I could kill his Thief of Sanity. He plays the Muldrotha though, okay. So let's draw a card. I could have scryed at my open step. Oh my god. Do we really want him to get Tezzeret Gambit? He'll bring Muldrotha back. Do we care if he brings Muldrotha back? I think we swing. I think swinging is the thing to do. So what, he brings it back. He's looking in my graveyard because he knows bringing back Muldrotha is of no help to him. So you may play Eldest Reborn again, because you can play a spell from the graveyard, no? Oh, cast as an enchantment, yeah. You can play an Eldest Reborn again. I think that was a misplay. I think that was a misplay. I don't know why he would have done that. I really don't. Why would you give it back to me in my hand and give me another turn with it? Makes no sense at all. We're going to draw another. So he's seen my Hydra. He doesn't know I've got a land and a lantern. Okay. So I've got 19 life, right? He's got 4 open, 1 blue. He's got no counter, dude. Why am I pretending like he's got a counter? He has no counter. So what do we want to do? We want to return a target permanent. Hold on, permanents, right? So not spells. So that's a permanent. That's a permanent. That's a permanent. So 3 permanents. 3 permanents can come back. So 1, 2, 3, and let's gain the 4 life to give us some time. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see the spell if you've got it. I don't think you've got it. Well, I guess I learned the hard way that he had it. Okay. Okay, so he's got 7 mana. What can he use that for? That's how you get wrecked. Can't even be.
We are the future.
I can't even be upset about getting wrecked like that. That was some reckless play. Okay. So. So he's looking in my. I've got too many things that he might want. But he's only got 2 open. So he's more or less tapped out. I think we kill Muldrotha. I think we have to. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. And okay, he's gonna make me discard a card, so I'll give him Chromatic Lantern. If he's got no counters, I feel like
Hone your control.
wow. He knows he has to kill me because I've got 8-9 on the board now, don't I? You could have played that creature just in case. He's thinking about it. He's got enough mana to. We need to find finality, and this could be okay. Could be okay. It's going to be a lot closer than I thought it was going to be anyway. Oh wow. Don't mind if I do. Well, there you go. Oh my god. So, we can cast a Planeswalker, can't we? I think we only need 1. Yeah, hold on. Actually, let me wait and think this through. Hold on. The artifact would be Chromatic Lantern, the creature could be Artrix, Thief. Yeah, I think we do. I think this is what we want to do. So cancel this a second. We want to cancel it. We want to play it as a 2, don't we? Okay, and we want to have a scry and have a look around.
Behold, nature's true power.
Okay, we want the Vivian, don't we? Don't need the land. I think we have to force the block, don't we? With Voracious. We have to force the block. He's going to bring back his Muldrotha, we know this. But we have to force a block. So he brings back his Muldrotha. He can bring back his Eldest Reborn, which is what he must be thinking. It's a land. Oh, it's GG. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh man. It's always the card you don't see coming. It is always the card you don't see coming. These controlling type matchups are really difficult because the scope of the things that they could potentially have in their hand is impossibly wide. So playing around things, it's not even worth thinking about playing around things. It's just about playing your deck in the best way you can. But yeah, that was a pretty wild game. Got to see some edge cards there, some cards you don't really see very often. Tough game, tough loss. Always harder when you watch your own creatures get bounced back. So I almost feel like whenever I play this deck, I want to have 3 lands in hand. But I've got Agonizing Remorse, which allows me to see in their hand, and I have the Reclamation Sage to stop anything horrible, and I've got Chromatic in hand, which comes online with 1 more land. So this feels like a keep. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to see how it rolls. It feels like a keep. It feels like I should keep a hand like this. Okay, so we're going to go into the Agonizing Remorse. So hard to guess what to remove this early on in a game. I just think the Burgi. It must be the Burgi. But then do I want him to start putting study counters on things? Probably not. Both of these are horrible creatures to have. I think we get rid of the Burgi. In fact, I'm going to get rid of the Akian. After talking about Burgi for so much, I'm going to do the exact opposite. Because, you know, that's what humans do, right? So, the question is whether I play yeah, I think we do. I think it's a good play. If we put this on for 1, scry 2. I think having the scry is such a powerful thing. It's sort of so it's 2 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What colours do we have? We've got 1 black, blue. I think I hold open these lands. That's what I think we do. We're going to draw the green off the top. Okay, he's rampant too, so he's going to play his other green. The good news is he can't play. He doesn't quite have enough to play any of the creatures I've seen. Oh, he doesn't care. He's busy ramping. Excellent. So we're going to do the same thing ourselves. We're going to do that. Yeah. We're going to put that onto the battlefield.
The land fights for us.
And then we're going to do this. And then we're going to hold that open. I don't think it's worth putting this out, especially when there is actually an enchantment I want to kill. So I need to hold on to the Reclamation Tip. There you go. Are you going to attack Anissa, or are you going to look for a land? Okay, that's fine. So, we want to kill this enchantment. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then we're going to scry 2. Take a look.
When the land speaks, I shall listen.
Hold on. It's not equal to the number of loyalty characters. Do I need a land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we can scry. We're going to take the Cavalier. And can we do that now? We can. Okay. So we can stop the Zimone, so that's fine. And we get to scry 2 as well. Okay. That's fine. So we're going to kill Bergie. Bergie was the one I was always worried about, and in the end, actually... No. You can hit her for 1.
Do not underestimate my fortitude.
Yeah, we want to kill Bergie. Bergie is really our target. So we need a creature to sacrifice. It was almost an autopilot. So, I think the plan actually should be followed through, which is to sacrifice that, remove Bergie, then we can have a look. We're going to take Vivian. Fetid Pools, probably not so important. Okay. And we're just going to hold here. Again, we don't mind if the Zimone goes around. We'll quite happily kill his Lotus Cobra. So... Eureka Moment's a really good card. The only thing is that it's very similar to Growth Spiral, and Growth Spiral is so much better. So I'm not sure, even after rotation, whether Eureka Moment will get play in Standard. Quite interestingly, I don't know. Okay, he's going to copy a creature. Okay. I think I might be able to seal this game out with Muldrotha. We're going to play the Muldrotha. I don't have enough mana to let's see. Yeah, we're going to put that to battlefield. Do we have enough now? No, we've got 1, 2, or 1 short. That sucks, doesn't it? Okay. So let's put him under a bit of pressure here. Let's put him under a little bit of pressure here. You gonna block? There's a lot of ramp here, and I'm not sure what he's ramping into. Oh, well, there you go. That's the answer to the question. quickly rose. Now I'm sure he understands that it's not worth it. I'm gonna let him kill because it's just a thing I get to bring back. So we want to cast our Reclamation just to kill this. And we're going to cast our Planeswalker. We're going to put what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it. Whoops! Did I? Yeah. Did I not have 5? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it's 3 to play, 2 to. Come on, guy. Use your brain. Don't sit on it. Okay.
Together we will prevail.
Done. Okay.
The land will help us find a way.
We're gonna hold off, and we're gonna use Raska's contempt to kill the end race. Unless, of course, he comes and tries to end the game. Okay, he's got 2 more cards. You're going to send your end race? You should. You should pressure my Muldrotha, that's what you should be doing. Nope, he doesn't. Okay, so let's get rid of the end race. I also think we should see if there's anything we can pop. Yeah, we can pop that on there.
The land fights for us.
We can even get a good beast. I think this game is sealed out.
We will adapt to any threat.
Yeah, I think we could send the house. Yeah, he's under a bit of pressure here. Well, it's more than a bit, he's under a lot of pressure here. So he plays the Sahili. Now the question really is whether he's got spells to trigger. Oh, he does. Okay.
Listen up, and I'll teach you a trick or two.
So rather interestingly, he's making Defined Finality look better and better.
My students are loyal and brilliant.
Yeah, Defined Finality looks really appealing. The only problem is that I don't think I get lethal if I do Defined Finality. I think the Cavalier and the Muldrotha survive. Everything else goes, but they're shrunken to 4/4 and a 0/0/1. So that's not sort of lethal. I don't know, let's see if we can force this concede. That's what we want to do really, don't we? We want him not to play anymore. So we've got that. We can now, actually, before we do that, let's do the attack. Do we care about any of these creatures? We do not. These planeswalkers, we don't. Do we want to cast a creature? Not yet. We want to see what he has. We want to put something with trample here, just in case he gets a 1/1 out. Let's have a look at what's underneath the extinction event.
Harness the elements.
Actually, we could keep that here because we could pull it for free and put it straight onto the battlefield, can't we? Okay, let's end this turn. So he has to be able to deal with our whole board, otherwise there's no dice.
Focus on what matters.
He's got quite a lot of mana. He's got 9 mana, so you know he could have something big to play, big and splashy. I don't know what he's going to do. Are you just going to run the clock down? I hope not. Okay. So he has 2 creatures. One's odd, one's even, so I can't sort of use the extinction event to force an end to the game. We shall pull the top card off the deck. We'll take the land. We'll scry that away.
When the land speaks, I shall listen.
Yeah, we'll scry that away to that. I'm going to play the creature to get rid of the scuttlemutt. That can go. We're going to use the Dream Eater to remove the wizard, and then we're going to hit him in the face. That's GG. I mean, I suppose I'm enjoying these games more than the games I played with the aggro deck, only because sort of they're more thoughtful games. But then the record is not so good, 3-2 when you sort of try and play fair. And to be fair, actually, some of that reflects skill. So obviously, some people have just had a better draft, just better players. So that will have its own effect. But it's I mean, the cube plays well. You're seeing different cards. You're not just seeing lots of decks of the best stuff. So I suppose that means that they achieve their aim, you know. But I still think sort of once players have had this for a few days, they won't be able to resist the aggro meta. Okay. So this was a very slow opening, but I thought it was worth it because I had the Atris and the Gonti. So I'm not that worried about the Kraken because I've got a lot of removal in the deck. So we're going to take your emergent sequence away from you. And at any stage that grows too big, I can use the Dream Eater and flip it. Okay. You're going to send it? So that's a no then, you're not going to send it. So let me take the Atris. So what we actually want is lands. Let's see if he's foolish enough to give me some lands. He or she is foolish enough to give me some lands. But what I want is lands. So I don't think it matters what's in here. Yeah, because we want lands. I thought he was going to give me 2 lands there. But that was a green, which sucks because I really do want a green. We've got emergent sequence to help me, so we're not going to worry too much. So we're going to hold that. Gonti's a good prophylactic against any of the beasts he has on the board at the moment. He's in blue and green at the moment, which is actually good news for us because blue has not very many counters, and green doesn't have any of the fights another creature cards, so obviously we can't let him get too wide, because if he gets really wide, there's no answer for him. Okay, so here's the exam question. I think actually we use the Dream Eater now. So I need a land, I need the tome, planet-wide celebration, we don't have any greens. Do I want to put it in the graveyard? Yeah, we're going to put it in the graveyard. Reclamation Sage, haven't seen any enchantments. We're going to put it in the graveyard too. I think these are the two we want at the top. And then we're going to flip this. We can have that back. I don't know if I want to attack with any of those. I think all of those are relatively good blockers for what he has. Let's see if he wastes a turn coming back again. I don't know if he will. I think he'll play something different. I think he's in really big trouble if he lets me get my Nisa down and start scrying away. Okay. So, we've got the black on here. We're going to remove his Preserver. We're going to play our Nisa as planned. Because it's very easy for us to scry. Okay, and then we're off to the races. I think I'm too far ahead on land, dude. I think that was just a bad move, but you know what? I'm going to leave it. Just 3, 6. So we're going to take the 6. We're going to fight this. And we're going to scry for 2.
The land shall conquer you.
Yep, that's fine. And we're now going to push for lethal. Okay. It's quite unfortunate because I think this player, Wojciech, was mana screwed for some time, which allowed me to build up such a formidable lead. He's going to split them. 6 and 2, maybe? I don't know. I don't see the sense in splitting them, but yeah, 7-7 and 2-2. Thought so. So we're going to put that straight out.
Behold, nature's true power.
I want to pull this. Which one do we want to pull? The blue. And we can. Yeah. So I really want to leverage as big a lead as I can in terms of cards and everything else. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So we could bring back the Dream Eater should we need to. So no. So he's got a trample. So we can kill both of these if we need to. So that means we now have a target for our Sage. Yep. You're gonna send it? I think you should. He's thinking about whether to send the Gearhulk. Okay, he decided against it. I think that was a bad move on his part. We get the Voldrotha out. I want to cast the Sage. Yeah. And then let's go scrying.
Life cannot be denied.
We don't need the Escanta, but we do need a Vivian. Okay. And we'll take the Vivian to hand. Okay, so we're going to hold that. What we want to do is we want to lose our Sage again. Because if we lose our Sage, we're going to bring it back to kill the Gearhulk. Okay. Okay, you're going to double it. Okay, so Caster's land. Okay, we can cast the land. So we can cast the land, we'll do that. So actually I think that the first thing to do is to send that and to send this. No, yeah, we want to send these. No, we don't want to send those two. We want to send this one. No, we do want to send the two. We want to cause a bit of pressure. Okay. Kill. So we're going to cast a creature. We're going to bring it back so you can kill that. Yeah, we're going to kill that. And then what we want to do is we want to make him sacrifice a thing as well. And then oh, we could do it again. We can do it again. We can make him, we can force him to sacrifice another thing. Okay, let's have a look.
Harness the elements.
I don't think any of these are really helpful. So we're going to get rid of those. We've got 13 cards left, so we have to make sure we don't mill ourselves. I think we've got lethal. Yeah, I think we do have lethal. Oh, good grief, did you just tap your Ashaya? Yeah, we definitely have lethal now. We've got lethal, so what we're going to do is we are going to... Hold on.
The land shall
We're going to take 2 lands, turn them into 5/5 flyers. We're also going to cast creature. We're just going to move this to the top, and then move Find Finality right behind it. Actually, we'll move it this way around. Okay. And
Elemental cat dinosaurs? I love Decoria.
Vigilance, and then we've
I
got
call, and Decoria
5,
answers.
5, this one, this one, this one, this one. Do we even sell the Muldrotha? Let's send the Muldrotha. I mean, if he blocks it, then he's definitely dead. Pick your poison, dude. Pick your poison. Good game. Good game. Well, that was okay. So we just need to get one more to break even on this run. I think we'll play that last game to see if we can hit it, and then I will log off and chill out and get ready for, I think it's Philadelphia. No, it's not Philadelphia. It is Milwaukee, Atlanta tonight. I think that is the way. And so I'll just see if we can hit that 5th win on at least one of these runs. Really enjoying this cube, I have to say, much more than I thought I would. Okay, so we've got 2 greens and a blue. I suppose that activates the Nisa, the Hydra, but it does nothing for the Chainer's Edict, which we might need to protect ourselves whilst we're waiting to get to turn 3. It's a risky keep, but we'll keep it and see how we go. The good thing about the Nisa is because the first loyalty ability is a +2, you really are off to the races in keeping her alive. Okay. So seeing Jund colours makes me very cautious. I'm going to play the black so that Chainer's Edict is open. Okay, so he has nothing here, so we could get off to the races. We've got,
Witness the ties that bind
we're
us
going to do
all.
the Scry 2, just in case he's got a hasty creature there. It feels a bit early for Find Finality, doesn't it? And I think we do need a land. you know what? We're going to keep it. We are going to keep it, and the reason why we're going to keep it is because we're going to play the Voracious Hydra, double its counters, and then the Fine Finality actually becomes quite powerful. And we've got a Chainer's Edict as well to protect us. The question is, can he remove my Nisa? That's the only exam question that bothers him. Because if he doesn't find an answer for it, it'll kill him.
I must go.
There you have it. It's not the sort of card you can keep on the board.
A world of monsters. This is my paradise.
Okay.
Diversity is our
So-
greatest strength.
The plan remains the same. We're going to build our Hydra. We're going to double up his counters. And it doesn't really matter how many 3/3s he makes. My Fine Finality will remove his board. So we're going to play the Tide Channel Pathway. We're going to play our own Vivian.
I call, and Ikoria answers.
Okay, so and then we're going to play Tide Channel. Our Vivian goes down.
You want to fight me?
He's got 2 with the reach. The reach doesn't matter. We'll put Vigilant
Diversity is our greatest strength.
and then we'll hold.
I aimed too high.
Okay, so we would rather he had used. Oh, you're gonna kill one of your. Oh,
I've suffered worse.
okay.
I love making new friends.
We're gonna take this pain. There's nothing we could do. We just have to take the pain. Okay, so we're going to play the Chainer's Edict, not because we think he's actually going to sacrifice his beast which is open. It's just to slow down the damage to my face before I can play my Fine Finality. So we're going to hold this open. The target is his Veraska. She's the bigger threat than the
The
Vivian.
more the hairier.
That's
My
fine.
herd grows ever larger.
So the Kells came out, and that's a 4 drop. So he's now made my Fine Finality even better. Okay, anything else you want to do to make this even better? Okay, the answer is no. Okay, anything else? Okay. So we're going to take the 6 because there's nothing we can do about it. But we have to kill his Raska, basically. So, and there's your board wipe. So what are you going to do? You're going to scry 4 times? Okay. He's gonna scry 4 times. Okay.
Oh, you'll have to try harder than that. Beauty lies in variation.
Okay, the aim here is to use the Dream Eater to remove the Planeswalker, which is another threat.
Sacrifice.
Okay. What's he got here? The boast 4 and 1. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not really good either way we look at it. So what we actually want to do is we want to put it on pressure then. So we want to play this. So hold on, what permanents are in here? So we've got a Nisa, we got the Voracious Hydra. So we've got a couple of, yeah. So planet-wise, not too bad an idea. I think we want to move it up to this way around. So we want to take the Woe Strider back. Obviously, if he starts sacrificing his creatures, it's up to him. But taking it back and taking it off the board is a good play, and then I could really threaten his Vraska. Okay. So his Vraska can't target the Dream Eater. Okay. Got the Atrix there as well. So you got to kill the sheep. Okay, you got the
Every
reach.
day is a new mutation. Flatter yourself.
Okay. You don't have enough mana to do the boast, do you? Okay, so we've got the so let's take the 2. Let's take the 2. We'll take both of those. And then we'll take that. And we know that planet wide is there, so that's a Q. That's a Q for both of us. Let's see what he does. Well, so we know what that is because we can see the top of our deck. Now I can only get permanents back from the graveyard, and the only permanents are Nisa and Voracious. Whereas I could clear the board, and this is odd. This is odd. That's an even though. We're gonna take this. We're going to do no attacks. This is a very tough game. I feel like, despite the fact that I've got quite a few cards in my hand, he's definitely winning on board.
The ends justify the means.
So it's a bit worrying. Okay.
The Arcbow is I brought
I'm in
friends.
massive trouble. He's going to kill my Dream Eater. This could be GG. Krenko. That doesn't make sense. It has to kill Dream Eater. Dream Eater must go. Yeah. He doesn't have enough land left to trigger the Radha. So, odd, even. You almost want to get rid of the evens. Do I want him to draw a card though is the question. It doesn't matter, we're just going to let him deal with the evens. Okay, so... now... I have no idea why he walked into that, bearing in mind that he's the one who gave me the card. But, you know, the strangest thing to have happened. The problem is that his boast is going to make a 5-5. Nope, there's nothing I could do with that. About that. No boast. How bizarre. What do you have that's better than the boast?
We will adapt to any threat.
I'm still at a loss. What do you have better than a 5-5 dragon? Okay. What are you going to kill to draw a card?
Being ruthless has its rewards.
Okay, so we're going to do the edict. What are you going to kill? Okay. We're going to play the black. We're going to play Fish Strider. I think I'm in deep trouble here. We're going to hold that and hold it open. Oh my god, he had a Tybalt holding in his hand. Okay. Exile the top card, of course. Kazul. Oh, I'm dead. Kazul Theory. Does he have 3? 1, 2. He's got 2. But he can kill. Yeah. Good game. That is how we get our arse handed to us. So, that's 2 runs for tonight. I feel like that was good fun. Thanks to chat for coming along for the ride. But I think I am going to end this one around about now. I'll be back tomorrow with some more drafting. I am enjoying this drafting, and it will be interesting to see when the meta sort of comes together. But that was good fun. One win away from that break-even point. I need to up my game tomorrow, definitely.